What's up, YouTube? We're back with another episode of What the Hell Am I Doing? Today, I've got a really cool place for you guys. This one was built way back in 1961. It's seen some renovations in the 90s, and it's been sitting abandoned now for 4 years. The place I'm talking about is this incredible bungalow that's buried back here behind me. I think this one's gonna be a wild one, so let's get around to the property and then get inside and see what we can figure out about this place. All right, guys. We're going to start today's adventure just outside the front of the house here at the end of the driveway. We're going to take a quick walk around the property, then we'll get inside and see what we can figure out about this place. Like I mentioned, this big, beautiful bungalow here in front of me was built way back in 1961 and has been abandoned now since 2021. So it's been about 4 years or so since this place was originally abandoned. And as you can see from the state of the shrubs and the trees and all the plants in front of the house here, it has been a few years because everything has become quite overgrown, blocking most of the view of the way the house looks. As we walk in, you can see this place has an incredible roundabout driveway. It goes right to the other side of the tree there. I'll show you when we walk around. They got a beautiful maple tree here in the lawn part of the roundabout. But you can see at one point in time, this house had beautiful front gardens with selections of trees and bushes and different types of shrubbery mixed in with flowers. And this would have been a very beautiful, welcoming home to approach, whether you were a guest or whether you lived here and you were just coming home from the end of a hard day. And as you come over here, you can see that's the view down to the road there. The driveway curves all the way around. And as you look towards the house here, it is in rough shape now, but they had an interlock stone walkway going right up to the front door. So why don't we go check this out and see what it looks like? Look at that. Look how overgrown this is. Sometimes there is beauty in decay and overgrown stuff. And this is one of those moments. I mean, I wouldn't want my house to look like this, but this particular pathway to the front door here with the trees just overgrown a little bit gives it some kind of a mood, which I like. As you can approach the front door here, you can see this front door is a modern day door. It's probably a 90s door, maybe 2000s at the newest. Very typical door from this era, except for the side glass. It has real iron glass in it, which is cool. And as you look up, you can see the woodwork. This would be original to the 60s. And it goes around this part of the house here, and it's absolutely stunning. Beautiful front window there curving out from the house. Another great feature, which I think we're going to really like when we get inside. But just look at this front porch. I mean, it's interlock stone going all the way over here. And when you get over here, you got a beautiful stone wall with another door. I think this door goes in the garage, so let's check it. Yeah, it does. We'll check the garage now. So this is the garage. You can see that they actually have interior brick here that's been painted. So it's older than a house that might use cinder block for a foundation or for a garage wall. I shouldn't say foundation. I'm sure the foundations will be cinder block. But the garage, yeah, this is a little bit before that time. You see they have some pegboard on the wall for organization. Oh, look at this. Looks like at one point they might have had a gun here. That's interesting. And you can see Canadian Tire Corporation Canada, big Canadian company. Yeah, that's interesting to see if the gun rack's still here or not. You can see they put plexiglass over the window. Maybe they kept the guns in here. And over here, got a door going to the backyard, which we're going to take a look. Oh, that's crazy. It's very overgrown, guys. Wow. It's kind of hard to believe now. This might only be 4 years. Down there, you got stairs going to the basement. But of course, we'll check that when we do the interior part of the tour. We've seen this door before. That's a very 1980 looking door opener. As you turn around here, they have a Chamberlain, which is like probably a mid-2000s door opener. So this house might be a mix of styles from all sorts of eras. Of course, these look like original wood doors. Yes, they are. So these garage doors here, more than likely, are the ones they originally installed when they built the house. Okay, let's work our way back out here. We still got to work our way to the backyard. So you're going to get a view of this porch area from both angles. Again, it's a beautiful space. The garden does create a mood because everything is overgrown. But again, that window here, let me just show you guys this. It's just an absolutely beautiful window. Beautiful front portion of the house here. And this is a great spot. I would definitely spend a lot of time hanging out on this porch if I lived here. That's for sure. Okay, so we're gonna come back out here, work our way to the back. Again, you can see everything is really heavily overgrown. What a great view. I mean, it's crazy seeing the house this covered over, right? Just screams abandoned. Okay, let's go to the backyard. That's a beautiful tree right there they got. And of course, yes, these are original doors. They almost look like barn doors, which is pretty neat. This tree is beautiful and full bloom right now. It's a beautiful day. It's a long weekend in Canada. It's the May 2-4 weekend, as we call it, Victoria Day. Hope you guys are enjoying this video so far. Definitely enjoying the cooler weather today while I explore and get stuff done for you guys. Of course, you can see the trees on this side of the house are heavily overgrown. I'm not sure what this shelter would have been for. You can see there's lattice back there. Maybe at one point in time it was just to keep a pathway open to get back there. Wow. Yard goes pretty far back. You can see obviously someone will redevelop this place at some point. They have the water testing poles there. So eventually this will get bought up and redeveloped into something probably much bigger that will suit the rest of the neighborhood. As we come over here, wow, we got a very rough looking back deck that goes, that's the back door of the garage we just peeked out of. Just look how heavily overgrown this is. That deck is absolutely beautiful. I love the lattice overhead. That is really nice. I think it's lattice, we'll call it that. You guys will obviously correct me if I'm wrong. We know that. I'm good with that. It's like an arrangement we've made now. People that don't understand, you'll understand at some point. So let's look at this house from the back here. Wow. That's cool. Look at that water. They have like a water hose thing on a cart here. That's pretty neat. Yeah, let me get back here a bit more. Show you guys. Oh, that's a nice bird feeder, bird house. That's really cool too. I don't usually point out bird houses, but that one there is quite a nice one. I'm sure it would have been fun to watch the birds if you're into birds. Of course, this is looking back to the rest of the backyard from this angle here. You can see it probably ends around where the bushes start there. But nonetheless, this is a very big chunk of land. It's got a large backyard. It's got a very large front yard with that big driveway wrapping around. And it's got this beautiful deck area back here. Again, everything is very heavily overgrown. All the brush and everything, very overgrown. Looks very nice though at the same time. Of course, this is the back corner of the house here. Give you guys this view and then we'll go inside. Beautiful deck. You know, let's go on the deck first. I want to check this deck out. This looks like it would be a great place to hang out. It's looking a little rough. Hopefully I don't fall through. Oh yeah, this is a great deck space. Absolutely beautiful. Like I said out front, you know, I know it's overgrown and everything, but it adds a sense of mystery and beauty as well. I love how you have this lattice above, or whatever you want to call that, the overhang. Of course, lots of windows, doors going into the house on the back side, so you know you're going to get a lot of light, a lot of natural light lighting up the house. And this is just a great view. Club backyarda. I like that. That's cool. All right, guys. Well, I think that's all the dilly-dallying we're going to do back here. I think it's time we get inside this house, see what we can figure out about this one. All right, guys. We're gonna start this one just beside the front door of this house. It is a bungalow, so I think we're gonna take a walk around the first floor and then we'll check out the basement last. Like I mentioned out front, this place was built way back in 1961 and it's been sitting here abandoned now for nearly 4 years as they left around 2021. You can see a lot of this house is probably gonna have a lot of the original 60s character as I pan around and show you this room here. But you're also gonna see things that were probably upgraded in the 90s and maybe even the early 2000s, such as the front door, which I pointed out outside when we were on the porch. This is definitely more of a modern day front door, but as you look right next to it, that doorbell chime definitely goes way back to when they built this place. That is something that was definitely original to when they built this home. As you come into this home, you're greeted with a very small foyer area, very small, almost like a lobby even. Well, lobby's not the right word, but you know what I mean. That kind of a thing. Got a beautiful vintage chandelier hanging here. And I can notice right away there's a medallion on the ceiling for the chandelier. So you can already tell that this home was probably for somebody that was a little more well off than others at this time, as this house is probably gonna have a lot of those features and amenities that you'd see in an affluent neighborhood. Like when you look around this area right here, you can already see there's nice crown moldings going around. Very good sign that this house is probably gonna be a little bit on the fancier side. They also have wainscoting running along the hallway as soon as you enter the home. And if I go this direction here, I'm sure you're gonna see it runs all the way down that hallway there. So two very nice features that obviously you'd see in a home that would be in an affluent neighborhood or someone that's a little bit more well off than others. Another cool feature is this closet door. Another feature that runs right back to when they built this place. They kind of just split this sucker in half and hinged it. You've got the handle in the middle there, which is really cool. Of course, if I open it up, well, it's a little stuck. You can see it's just a regular closet, nothing too crazy, but it does have a nice storage bin running along the top there above the coat rack, so that's pretty cool. As I turn around, this is the view we started with here. Let's go right first. Let's go right first, we'll check out these rooms and then we'll come back. So right away we go down this hallway here, and again, you got more of these cool chandelier, vintage looking lights. I mean, these aren't chandeliers, but they're that style with all the dangling glass. That's kind of what it reminds me of. Now someone's gonna correct me for calling it dangling glass, but that's cool. But you can see, these people definitely had a lot of nice things. Very nice hardwood floor here. I can tell you this flooring here is not original to when they built this house. This flooring would definitely be something they did in the 80s or early 90s. It's that style of hardwood, but it's still beautiful oak flooring, which I absolutely love. So right away on our left here, we got a bedroom. Well, that's interesting. Even the bedroom has a very vintage looking chandelier style light. And what's interesting is the walls are pretty plain, but they have this border going around. You got banjos and violin, maybe that's a cello, a banjo and a cello, and you've got like swallows in a nest. Very interesting wallpaper, or border choice, I should say. Of course, here you got a big window. We would have seen this out front, maybe. It was kind of, yeah, it's overgrown. We didn't see this one. Very nice big window. They got some very heavy curtains that make this room very dark. And somebody was an artist, or is this a sticker? Nope, this is a sticker. Nobody's an artist. So this was probably a kid's room, and they stuck that on the wall for a little personal decoration and style. You can turn around though, and you can see like there's, not a huge room, so it would make sense this is a kid's room. It's got some closet space here. Again, these doors are very cool. They're like the ones in the hallway there, just a smaller version. That's something that would definitely be an upgrade at this time. These types of doors I've never even seen before, especially with the handle like that built in. That's really neat. This closet in this room looks like this could have been a bit more of a modern renovation in the 90s or something. It's a nice bin type setup with a hanger going across it. And as we go back out here, I can also tell you right now, from what I've seen, we got at least one original switch plate cover. That's definitely retro to the 60s. They probably painted over it. It was probably black or beige originally. Let's work our way down this hall some more. Got a door here on the right. This is a cool linen closet. So you have some shelf space there, and then you have these open concept type shelves wrapping around the wall, going up. And that, look, that's even another shelf up there. That's an odd one. You wouldn't see most of the stuff that's up there. I guess that's where people used to hide the X-rated magazines and tapes back in the day. And then here, is this a drawer? No, I don't know what this is. It's just a bin. If anybody knows what that might be, tell me in the comments. I thought there might be a hole to drop stuff downstairs, but there isn't. That's cool. So there's the air return to the basement there. They even modeled the wainscoting to kind of go around it. So it's molded nicely. And of course, there's another vintage light there. Another vintage light switch plate cover there. And that one too, yeah, you can see every one of them is going to be changed. Not much in this house has changed. Minor upgrades. Come back here, we got another bedroom, it looks like. Yep. This one has a huge double door closet again. It has the same original closet doors that we've already seen in a couple places in this house. It's got a very big closet with lots of storage space. It's got lots of hanging space and shelf space. Well designed. And of course they have a nice big window, front-facing window here that is now mostly blocked by the trees and foliage that have not been trimmed in years. And this is a cool piece here. They have a fake corner piece that looks like, you know, a fireplace with a nice wood mantle so you could put little knickknacks and things on top. But what's cool about this is they could have actually put, you know, a half-decent electric or gas fireplace insert in there, and it would have been real. And it would have been actually a really cozy, you know, addition to the room. But unfortunately, it looks like it's just a phony, a fugazi as they call it. And I guess that is what it is. And of course, this room also features the crown molding, so pretty much every room in this house has had that so far. You come over here, oh, we got a powder room, not a bathroom. Look at that, you still have the original vanity here. That's pretty nice. At least I think it is. Nope, this is the modern thing. So this vanity actually looks like it was probably from the late 90s, early 2000s. You see they left some hair behind on the floor, which is gross. But this countertop was definitely, you know, rescued from when they originally built the house. You know, you got the sink built right into the countertop. It looks like it's supposed to be stone. I'm pretty sure that countertop is not a more modern renovation. Of course, as you look around the room, you've got this crazy, silky, floral wallpaper, just really awful looking stuff. This is a throwback to the 80s. This is probably mid to late 80s looking wallpaper. So again, another minor renovation to the house at the time to kind of freshen it up. But you can see as to why a lot of the original character is still here so far. So we got a bathroom there. Let's check this next since it's right beside us. This bathroom looks like it's also been renovated a little more recently, just from the floor tile and the wall tile choices. Those look like 80s tile. Again, the cabinetry in here, the vanity, this is newer. You can tell by the knobs, it's got the newer hinges. But this also seems to have the original countertop, which has the sink and the countertop combined. And the vanity area is really cool too. I mean, look at this, they have tons of storage there. Is this storage up here? No, it's not, but you got storage on each side of the mirror, which is pretty neat. Of course, you got the mirror there. And you got the toilet in the corner here. And so far, the brown bomber hasn't been in this house. This is a little wild after the last one that we did. Again, the window here, it's another nice window letting in a decent amount of light into the bathroom. And these curtains are probably vintage, right back to the 60s. Oh, look, even the back wall here between the toilet and the tub. You got nice closet space or storage space here. Probably for, you know, supplies and towels and whatnot. Of course, here's the tub here. You can see this is a bit of a newer tub. I mean, it's not a modern tub, but this is probably like 70s or 80s type of tub. It looks like you have 80s tile in the shower here with the graphics and everything. But at least they had a nice porcelain soap holder. I mean, you don't see stuff like that anymore. What's cool is the white faucet and the spout here. That's pretty neat. It looks like you have a shower head here that dates back to about probably 1985 or so. Pretty interesting. All right, so let's work our way back out here. You got another closet here, I suppose. Look at those brass knobs. I haven't really pointed out any of the doorknobs, but these are definitely original to when they built the house too. And yeah, this is just like a closeted linen closet here. Sorry, carpeted linen closet. So as we turn left here, we got one more room. I'm assuming this will be the master bedroom. It's not a huge room either, really. Like, none of the bedrooms in this house are massive. Again, you got another closet here. Nothing too crazy, this one, just a shelf and a hanger. Got a very vintage looking light switch. Perhaps that's what they originally looked like before they painted them. More of those doors, more crown molding, kind of more of the same, but so far throughout this house, they haven't really cut back on anything. They definitely spent their money and made this a beautiful home. You got a nice big window looking out to the backyard there. Of course, you have a nice view of the bird feeder from this room. What a great looking view. And as you turn around, okay, so that's a closet there. So this is just another kid's room. That last bedroom we were in was actually the master bedroom, which is kind of surprising because it's not a very big bedroom at all. And usually a master bedroom would have a full bathroom too. It's kind of odd. All right, so we come back out to the hallway here, and we're going to kind of go across to the other side of the house now. We'll go around and work our way to the basement. So as we go this way, this takes us back to the lobby area, or the foyer area here, where we started the video. There's the front door. To my left, that's the kitchen, so let's go straight. And we'll check out the family room space first. This is a great space. Again, look at the walls. They've attached trim to the walls, so they give the walls that paneling type of look going from floor to ceiling. Very nice effect. And of course, as you come over here, there's that massive curved window that we saw out on the porch. Just a beautiful front window to this house, letting in tons of natural light, giving you a great view of that front garden and that nice roundabout driveway. Just a really nice view. And as we turn over here, you got a fireplace here with some really cool tile work. Look at that. That's actually painted. Somebody painted over the tile and they put this design on it, which is pretty neat. Of course, here they have a gas insert for the fireplace. There is a chimney outside, I believe. So at some point they probably converted this over. Kind of looks like a 2000s type of mantle they've got around the fireplace there. And of course, they've put this beautiful marble stone around it as well. Just a great room. Again, it's got beautiful crown molding going around. I really love the paneled look that they did to the walls. And I really love that front window. Of course, this is looking back to the front door where we just started the video. And as we turn this way, got a very grand looking dining room with a beautiful walkout to that deck that we were on earlier. Well, let's go in here and check this out. So we got a very beautiful chandelier here, hanging where the table would have been. And of course, this chandelier has its own medallion as well. Really elegant place this would have been. And of course, this room here would have been the formal dining room where you would have had all your important family meals or celebrations together. So this would have been a spot where, for special moments, basically. Very nice spot. Of course, standing in this back corner here, you get a nice view across to the family room with the chandelier in a way. It's just a very, very nice space. And of course, as you turn around here, you get a nice view out to the deck that we were on earlier with that lattice overhang. And of course, it's very enclosed feeling with everything so overgrown, but I like it. It's kind of a pretty view at the same time. Very nice. Of course, as I back up, I'll also show you these curtains here. These curtains are probably no newer than mid-80s at the latest. So again, you're seeing a lot of things kind of upgraded in bits, and for the most part, the rest of the house being completely left alone. Like, look at that. That's an old light switch. The outlet on the wall, like everything. It's all original, which is really cool. Now, this is a great space here. Look at this kitchen. What an absolutely beautiful space. And again, I can tell you right away, this space has also seen some upgrades, probably as late as the year 2000 or so, or maybe not, but definitely mid to late 90s. Like these cabinets here, that wood range hood, that cabinet with the clear door, even this countertop, like look at this beautiful, it's like a blue slate, it's real. All this is probably mid to late 90s. Very nice. Even a cutting board, look at that. They have a cutting board made out of marble. Home. That's the second knife I've seen laying around here. There's this one here. There was one at the front door. It's kind of weird to be in a house with knives laying around, to be honest with you. That's a very nice glass display cabinet there. And that's probably an original light that was left here from when the house was first built. Like I keep saying, it's kind of a mismatch of various things, various decades. Of course, they have a big kitchen window here looking out again at that beautiful overhang and the deck and everything there. It's very nice. My only complaint about this sink, well, it's kind of neat in the corner. I think the sink would look better centered here so you can look out the window. Don't you guys agree with me? I just noticed there's another stone cutting board. Just so you guys know, I'm not checking things on purpose or anything. There's just nothing here. So, but you can see all the hinges, all that's very modern stuff. So, you know, the kitchen's obviously been renovated the most recently of everything we've seen. And of course, as we turn around, the back wall here has some pantry, cupboards. You got a stationary area here with a little desk space. Again, that's just beautiful granite. I love the color of it. Never seen anything like that before. And there's going to be nothing in any of these. We'll check these ones too, just to prove a point. I like the sliding drawers. That's nice. And of course, over here, you got various things. You got a KitchenAid microwave here that could be 80s or 90s. You got this KitchenAid convection oven here that looks like it could be 90s or 2000s. It's not super clean, so it was well enjoyed, that's for sure. Of course, we have an Amana fridge here. It's not too gross. It's a little bit gross, but not too bad. Can't see anything that dates it. Oh, no, there we go. There's a date there. It says 2001. So the fridge and this oven here could be as new as 2001 is my guess. And I bet you that microwave is probably a little bit older, like 80s or 90s. Ooh, the freezer's a little gross. But fortunately for me, it doesn't stink and I'm not gagging. So the only people that are losing out are the people that enjoy that. Again, what a great big kitchen space. It's really open. So you come over here. You got a beautiful Tiffany light hanging in the middle of the kitchen here. This would have been where the kitchen table is. And look at this. You got a beautiful stone wall with an absolutely stunning fireplace here. Again, they seem to have upgraded and added a gas insert, but I'm sure at one point this was a legitimate fireplace, a wood-burning one. You can see that they had the circulation fans there, and that would have been for a real fireplace at one point. I like the old wood mantle here that's kind of buried in the brick. It's kind of a nice effect. And I really like that white facing of the fireplace against the black marble. But you can see they did the paintwork themselves because that's kind of a hacky job there with the vents getting paint on them, overspray. This is neat. What's this? Oh, wow. It's like a barbecue. Don Brothers, Cleveland. That's really cool. Okay, I would have loved this. Can you imagine having this in your house? That's pretty cool. So you could have cooked in there or barbecued in there. And the smoke went out with the chimney. And just like that front room of the house, I know I pointed this out on the deck, but this massive window with that door going to the deck beside it just lets in so much natural light and gives you such a great view of this yard. Just a tremendous feature of this kitchen. And another tremendous feature are the timber beams going across the ceiling. This is just a very comfortable feeling place. It feels like a cozy place that would have been home. It's got kind of that classical tavern feel with the wood beams. And you know, you kind of look around, yeah, it's a bit of a mix of different generations of stuff, but it really kind of ties together well. And it feels like home. This feels like a place that would have had a lot of good memories made, and you know, a lot of people would have enjoyed their time here. Love this kitchen. It's just an absolutely amazing kitchen. And they did leave some of their stuff behind. I'm not going to really go digging through it, but you can see there's plates there, there's pants and light bulbs, and you've got like a spice rack. So they just got some various home items left behind. Different garage door opener buttons. It's an interesting table they have in this kitchen. Now this doesn't fit the decor really. Kind of looks like it should be in the garage, to be honest. Oh, another thing I just noticed. They had wood panel walls in here. And I bet you these walls were the real nice wood paneling. And these probably run back to 1961 as well. And they just kind of painted over them over the years to, I guess, modernize the place on a budget. But I like those walls, and they work really well with the beams running across the ceiling. Again, it really adds to the feeling of this kitchen. You come over here, you got your old Honeywell thermostat, and look at this. You got the Honeywell electronic air cleaner control center. I've never seen that. I guess this is a very old school air exchange system. But again, just another indication that people who lived here definitely enjoyed a little bit of the finer sides of life. Of course, coming this way takes us right back to where we started the video here. This is the opposite angle of what I could have done for the start. And when we turn right, well, we got a basement to check out now. So why don't we go down there and see what we can figure out. Going down there, it looks like, oh, I was gonna say this is a shelving unit, but it's not. It's a ladder to get to the attic there. Just a little makeshift ladder for emergency situations to get up there. And you got a very vintage looking light here for the stairs going down. Let's do this. So far these stairs, I would have went down to a basement that's not finished. These are the standard issue, stairs they would have put in a home when they built them. And these people just kind of painted over them and added this railing probably in the 80s, because this looks like an 80s railing with the oak wood. And, probably finished this basement. Actually, oh, it's wet down here. It's gross. Look at that. Oh, no. Very moldy. It smells bad. There's standing water. That's cool. All right, so yeah, I'm going to correct myself a little bit, because right away I can tell you, I know I said they probably did this in the 80s when they put this railing up. Probably what they really did is they just added the railing in the 80s to get the house up to code if they were selling it. But these floors here, you can see these are the asbestos tile floors. These floors would have been the common choice that would have been used in a home built, or any building really, any institution built in the 40s, 50s, 60s. So yeah, I can tell you right now, this basement was finished when they built the house. And they probably did some minor changes. Like this ceiling tile here looks like it would have been 80s ceiling tile. If you pop those out, they'll have insulation on them. So again, a mix and mismatch of different generations of things. So that there is a Napoleon heat control for the gas fireplace behind me. We'll get into that in a minute. But you can see mold is taking over this basement here. Oh, and there's the ceiling tiles there. See, they got the insulation on them. I didn't even notice those. You go back here, and this is very typical of something you'd see in a rec room in a home built in the 60s. You got, the main rec room area of the basement, and they have a little shuttered closet or cabinet in the corner of the room. And you've got the circuit breaker there. Now, obviously, this is an upgrade they did at some point. I'm sure when they built this house originally, that would have been like a fuse box. Of course, you got the basement window there going out with no view whatsoever because they have a window well. And this is neat. You got looks like a gas fireplace here. Let me just see. Yeah, it's gas. So they have a natural gas stove here in the corner of the basement. And this is not a new one. This is something that's, been in this house for quite some time. Very nice piece. And it's, of course, real exhaust going out the wall there. This would have been really hot. This would have pumped out the heat, and this would have been a happening room. This would have been absolutely the place that people would have come over to have parties, entertain their friends, watch the game, watch the fight, that type of thing. As you go this way, this room kind of looks like a demolition zone. Look at all the T-bar that's kind of hanging down from the ceiling here. Again, this was probably modernized or renovated probably in the 80s or something like that. Right away you can see they have linoleum tile, which is quite different than the flooring that's out here. It again has the same ceiling tiles, which I presume to be 80s style stuff. It's got a very cool laundry room sink. It's got porcelain and steel. And this room actually has some modern amenities. This is probably the newest stuff in the house. Well, at least this front load dryer here. That's probably the most modern thing here. This is probably almost 2010. You know, this washing machine here is probably 90s, maybe early 2000s. Again, you got a window looking outside, but no view. As I turn around, you know, it's a decent laundry room. There's some good storage in here. I like the shuttered cabinet doors. I mean, I don't think I've ever seen cabinet doors that are shuttered like that. I don't think they would look good in the kitchen, but in a tool room or a room like this, I think they're very cool. So that's a retractable clothesline, so they would sometimes hang their clothes instead of using the dryer. That's something I would do because I'm cheap. Electricity is expensive, guys. And of course, yeah, you can see they built shelving on the wall, but you've got the piping right there for the toilet running through it. Very interesting space. It's a pink and white laundry room. Definitely not my thing. Got the Seiko wall clock there. That's probably an 80s unit. Look at this. Even the laundry room has a bathroom. Oh, it's a proper bathroom. Not even the master bedroom has that. That's pretty neat. So this is your typical 80s insert shower. This possibly could be a 90s unit too, just because the door seems a little different. I don't think I've ever seen one like this. And the actual inside of the shower, yeah, this kind of looks like an 80s insert when you see the inside. Very typical shower. That's a really, really nice shower head. That one would be amazing to shower under. I like the embossed glass. That's cool. But yeah, it's gross down here. Look at that. Look at the mold there. Even behind me, like, look how bad it is. It's really, really gross. Really gross. Now, as we come over here, the toilet area is also quite gross. Look at that fake flower and whatever you want to call that, a vase or whatever that is. Kind of an ugly decoration above the toilet. There's stuff in there, but the brown bomber hasn't been here. But again, look at the texture of the walls. It's just so gross. You can see the mold spotting everywhere. It's different colors. Even over here. Really bad, really nasty. And they have the mirror for the bathroom because you got the window here, again with a window well, because that's here. The mirror is over here beside the toilet. So I guess you could, you know, even angle it and look at yourself when you're sitting there if you really wanted to. But yeah, it's quite gross down here. Well, they got something left behind there. And that's probably, this is a bit more modern, I would say. The hinges on there, they're newer hinges, and this countertop might be newer too. Doesn't have that same look as the ones upstairs. Okay, let's go back into this war zone of a laundry room, work our way through the rest of the basement. Kind of work around this hanging stuff. Okay, so we're back to this area here. Work over here. You can see they have another fireplace here. Oh, maybe this isn't even a real one. No, it's not. It's fake. That's interesting. So is this even real brick? No, it's not. The whole thing is fake. The whole thing moves. Wow. So this is just like a decoration fireplace against this wall here. Interesting. I didn't know people did that. And of course, as you turn around here, this is the view looking back. The stairs, oh, the stairs going upstairs, but the mold is so bad. I'm going to get yelled at in the comments. I know it. It's so bad. It's so bad. It's so bad. The water's obviously been a problem down here for a long time. The paint's literally bubbling up off the floor. And you can see more mold, more signs of water damage. Oh, this is like a storage room, cold room type of room. Look at the shelves. What is growing on them? Oh, that is really nasty. The shelves are like coated in this like moldy substance. Look at that. Oh my God. Oh my God. This is really bad. Got a Maytag fridge. Very clean freezer. And the fridge space is pretty clean too, except for that nasty mold. Looks like it's an 80s fridge from the shelving. And this cabinet here, yeah, it's just water damaged and nasty. And as you go down here, what do you have? An old table, very old table. It's in rough shape. Strangely not from the water. I guess this might have been a craft room or, a place where the kids did things and then they put their handprints and paint there. But as you look around the room, it's just so gross. The mold is everywhere. It's been taken over, like, oh my goodness. This is bad. Oh, and there we go. There's the source of the problem. This house has a sump pump. And because there's no power, the sump pump obviously has been allowing this basement to flood, which would be why we have all this water damage and water everywhere. The shelving here, it looks like they just stored various items. Maybe they stored their cold room items there. They got like extra bulbs and jars. We got a guitar pick there, that's cool. But yeah, otherwise not a whole lot left behind down here in this room. All right, let's get out of this area and continue to go on into the depths of this really gross basement. Man, what's over here? Oh, this is weird. This room almost feels like a dressing room. What is this? Ooh, that's gross. Oh, the water is just everywhere down here. It's really nasty. Yeah, I don't know what room this is, guys. This seems like the afterthought part of the basement, but you can see that it does indeed have a cinder block foundation. I don't know if you remember, but at the start of the video, I was trying to explain the garage being made out of cinder block, and I said a house from this time wouldn't have a cinder block foundation. I quickly corrected myself, but yeah, as you can see, as we come in here, it's indeed cinder block, which was the point I was trying to correct myself on. So all these are going to be empty. Of course, there's nothing in them, so we're not going to check them. Really weird room. A really weird room. It's definitely like the bowels of the basement where they just didn't bother with the rest. We go in here, and what do we have here? More storage. Look at that. Vacuum cleaner. You can see there's obviously been water problems here in the past. They've obviously tried to seal this basement off before. Looks like it didn't work. I noticed there was a door over here too, so let's see what this room is. It's not connected. Yeah, see this? This was never finished. This was just, set up the way it is. Oh, here we got another sump pump. And again, you got your welcome sign in French. Oh, no, sorry, it doesn't say welcome in French. It says believe. Oh my goodness. There's another Gregism for you guys. But you can see they try to stop this wall from leaking. It's really moldy in here too. And that's another sump pump there that had battery backup to keep running, but obviously this place has been dead for so long. That's not happening anymore. It's a very nice, I think that's a crystal knob. It could be glass. Very nice knob though, retro to when they built this house. Lots of that stuff left behind, which is cool. And as we go in here, this is probably gonna be the last room of the house, I think. And this is a long space. Wow. So this is the tool area of the house. The furnace room. Last time someone was there was 2001. We got more stickers over here. 2012. Yeah, it's been a long time since any maintenance has happened there. Oh, look at that. It's a fireplace clean out there. So yeah, the fireplaces are 100% real in this house. Got a water heater there left behind and some water treatment stuff. Again, another sump pump. This house has 3 sump holes, which is pretty unusual if you ask me. You don't usually see that. And otherwise, a lot of empty shelving and storage in this room here. Furnace is not too modern, obviously from those dates. And as you come back out here, this would be like the tool room workspace part of the house. So over here, this would have been where they kept all the paint and, putty and silicone and things to repair things. Interestingly, these doors in the basement here, they've got latches that you would find on a fence. And the doors are like literally plywood painted white. Again, that's something they probably did when they built this place and they left it that way. As you go through this area here, You got a nice abandoned workbench area here. Lots of storage, lots of drawers. Got a vise on the bench. They even put linoleum tiling on it. Oh, and they got a dead mouse. I don't think they put that there though. But yeah, you can see this would have been a great spot. Another window with a terrible view. You got a water cleaner there. Pretty neat. Lots of storage. What we got over here? Oh, we got another, just a fuse box, or that's a circuit breaker. And they have a heat pump in this house. So that might be something they added more recently too. Keep going down this room here. You got some more shelving. This stuff is very old. You can tell just from those hinges. Those are very old hinges. And look at the ceiling tile down here. It's just nasty. Really, really gross. Really moldy. I don't want to be in this space too much longer, guys. You look down here, and this is probably the absolutely newest thing that's been found in this house by us. Got the JVC Android TV left behind. That's jumping up a few generations from when they built this place. This thing's probably, less than 10 years old. Probably one of the last things they put in the house. And as we go over here, you got yet another window looking out at the yard. And again, this one has no view at all. So this basement is the darkest basement we've been in a long time. Mostly because of the window wells blocking whatever light could have come in. And of course, this is looking back across this room. Of course, if we come out this way, look at that spider. Oh my God. That's really gross. I don't like that guy at all. But yeah, you come back out this way, and this takes us down to the part of the basement we already saw. If we go through there, that takes us to stairs that go back up. So instead of doing that, we'll take these stairs here and we'll end it in the garage, because this will be the last thing that you haven't seen in this house. Of course, we saw these stairs from the top here, and now we're going up them. Well, there you have it, guys. We've just explored every inch of this grand old home built from 1961. Bit of a gross one as we got deeper into it, but I hope that you guys enjoyed this one, because this was actually quite an interesting place. Even though it's seen renovations over the years, you can see a lot of the original features were left behind. So if you guys enjoyed this video, please make sure you hit that like button, leave a comment afterwards, and of course, share this one out. All right, guys, that's all the time we have for today's adventure. I hope you guys enjoyed coming on this one with me. This was an absolutely beautiful home, built way back in 1961. Yeah, it saw some renovations over the years, but this place retained most of its original characters and made it a special place. And the changes they made were actually pretty nicely done, and it all tied together. It's unfortunate to see that now this place sits abandoned, awaiting its eventual demolition and replacement with something probably much bigger that's going to actually, fit the rest of the neighborhood as it's changed. If you guys enjoyed coming on this adventure with me, please make sure you hit that like button, leave a comment afterwards, and of course, share the video out to help the channel and the video grow. Well, that's all the time we have for today's Explore. Please make sure you hit that subscribe button over there if you haven't already. Check out last week's video there. Check out the random video up there, and we'll see you in the next video. Thanks for tuning in.